Now we ready. What up, folks? We got the pleasure of seating today Mark Neely of the Caribbean Flavors. I can't help but try to pronounce it.
like Spanish.
Owner and founder of the Caribbean Flavors. What up, young brother?
Everything's cool. How's it
That's
going?
good, man. I can't complain. Appreciate you taking this interview again.
Yeah, man. No problem.
All right, we just gonna jump on into the questions. Give these folks what they asking for.
All right.
Tell me about your business, man.
On how we got started?
Tell me about what it is right now. Just let people know what the Caribbean Flavors is.
The Caribbean Flavors is a family-owned and operated food truck. All the way from small country, Freeport, Bahamas. Operated by myself, my wife, and 2 kids. Offering authentic Caribbean food.
Man, and is it good? I had some today.
Yes, it is.
How old are your kids, man?
24-year-old daughter, Morgan, and a 17-year-old son, Nathan.
Nice, and they are a regular part of your business as well?
Yes, huge part.
So, what we're going to talk about today is your Black-owned business and where it just so happens to be located. Why don't you explain to the people where you're at?
We're in New England. We're northeast Maine. Coming from the Bahamas. How we got to Maine, we wanted a nice, safe place to raise our kids. Mm-hmm. We wanted something which is pretty much being home, outdoors. We like laid back. We want to be close to the water. The only thing we don't like here is the cold. So we went from extremely hot to extremely cold.
Okay. Explain to the people the difference in culture between home, which is Nassau, Bahamas, well, Freeport, Bahamas, yeah, and Maine, United States.
Oh, man. It's a huge difference. It's a huge difference in the culture, man. You know, I mean, that's what, like I say, we wanted something similar to home. The culture, I mean, you can't compare, you know, the laid back atmosphere, like how we live at home. Basically, black and white.
Literally, that's it. Let's add that in there. It's literally, the difference is literally black and white.
Right.
Yeah, okay. Right. All right. Percentage-wise, what's the black population in this area of Maine? Well, pretty much in any area of Maine, but specifically your area.
Maine itself, I think, is one of the whitest states that you will find in America.
Okay.
The pop, I doubt. I don't know. I don't know the percentage of the population, but as far as our culture, as Caribbean people, is very small, very small. It's not much here.
Copy that. Do you have to make compromises when it comes to exhibiting your culture in this area?
In the food? So
your style, basically, when it comes to exhibiting who you are or representing who you are and where you're from, do you find that you make compromises versus if you were back home?
Not as far as me personally and how I present myself, but when it comes down to the business
That's what we're talking about.
and with the food and stuff like that, yes, it's a big compromise because we try to incorporate and try to flip it like people's taste buds, their palates. They sometimes just what they look and they see on a plate. For instance, we eat chicken off the bone. We eat a whole fish with the head and the tail, but we cannot serve it like that here because people are not used to seeing that here.
Right.
So then we have to do more of a fillet style or a chicken breast style. We love heat with food. People here can't take the heat, so we have to tone the heat down. So we can't cook like how we would cook for ourselves.
Right.
The flavor will be there, but we will use different parts of food like chicken breast. So it'd be boneless or we would not as much heat. We try to incorporate something that they used to. Like we have on our menu, we have like a jerk chicken loaded French fries. French fries and cheese and stuff like that is what they like. And the jerk chicken is what we put on top of it to spice it up a little bit.
Copy that.
We also offer conch fritters. The seafood part of it, we offer conch fritters. Now, Maine is known for lobster, but we also introduce our spiny lobster, or people call Caribbean lobster, here, and it's been well received. The conch has been, people love the conch, and we also have the snapper and the grouper, whereas the fish here of choice would be to be salmon, cod, or haddock. So, yeah, that's how we entwine our flavors into this culture.
What they're used to here in Maine.
Right.
Okay, so how did you get started with your business?
Believe it or not, this business, we always wanted to operate our own business. We operated a restaurant and bar on the beach in Freeport many years ago. When we came here, we got jobs, but we always wanted to operate our own business. Having young kids in school, they would always have something, and we would always have to do like a potluck and stuff like that. Or we will go to a party and we will carry food to the party, and everywhere we go, we have to cook food. People always say, "Man, y'all should open up a restaurant. Y'all should open a restaurant." I don't like cooking. My wife is the cook. I'm the face behind it. I'm the face. I'm the face. I'm the face behind it. But it's all her and my daughter, her and Morgan. They're the cooks. They put it down. They're the food what people love. This really was her idea.
Really?
For a business. She wanted a restaurant. Is what she wanted to do. Because after everybody said, let's do you should cook food, and then people started paying her to cook for functions. Like they having a little dinner party, 10 people, 15 people, and she would make little money like that. So
Catering.
And I didn't like the idea of a restaurant because we say, hey, if you get a restaurant and that restaurant is not doing too well, you stuck with that.
Right.
If you have a food truck,
you can move
it on wheels. You can take it wherever you want to take it, right? So we started throwing that idea around about a food truck. We spoke to several people about it, and we had some ideas and stuff like that. And then I didn't like the idea of a food truck because I was saying, you know something, if your truck break down,
motor go, whatever.
then your business, then your business gone. So then we decided to go with a trailer, and here it is today.
Okay. Describe the people, what your average clientele is like.
Average clientele is kind of tricky because we're not in one location. We have people that will follow us if it's close by. But we have people that will come to our restaurant, and they will come to our restaurant. So we have people that will come to our restaurant, and they will come to our restaurant. We have people that will come to our restaurant, and they will come to our restaurant. We have people that will come to our restaurant, and they will come to our restaurant. We have people that will come to our restaurant, and they will come to our restaurant. We have people that will follow us. If it's close by. being in Maine, we went as far as Cape Cod. We go all over. We go Connecticut, we go Massachusetts, New Hampshire, and we actually won the food truck festival. We won food truck of the year in a food truck festival in Cape Cod out of 30 food trucks. Came all the
Really?
way from Maine. And
So, what was your clientele like there? Where you won food truck of the year, who was your average clientele?
well, being in this part in the New England,
Mm-hmm.
our biggest white people.
Mm-hmm.
So depending on, I think in Massachusetts, when we go to, depends on the event. So if we go to like a Caribbean festival, then it's just Caribbean people there
Of
or
course,
black
right,
people there.
right.
But for the most part, our clientele is mainly white.
Copy that. And your business is received so well that you actually won food truck of the year.
Yes.
Wow.
We've been doing so well. It's been received so well that we actually got contracts with hospitals in Maine and also in Connecticut. I don't know. Can we say the name of the?
It's fine with us.
So Seacoast Hospital last year we did it. They have 3 hospitals down there, and they did a family picnic. And they had about 5 food trucks, and you have to prepare for so many people, and that's what they pay you for. The hospital pays for that.
Really?
We sold out. Well, not sold out, but everybody came to our truck, and we was out of food within the first hour from the time we started. And it was a
1 hour?
and it was a 3-hour event. And the first hour we were done. And the same thing here in Maine, we did it for 2 years in a row with Mercy Hospital. And it's the same thing. We out. Everybody, they don't care. They will stay there and wait in the line.
So, not only is your business being received well by culture that is completely different than where you're from.
Right.
You're not only receiving awards, but you're also receiving contracts, basically.
Right.
Because I mean, you're doing functions for hospitals, and where are they finding you at?
So that hospital, they found us because of the festivals that we go in. So it depends on which town we in. Like the town of Fairhaven, we were wondering because they called us up and they were asking if we was interested in coming to Fairhaven to do a food truck event for them. And I just asked her, yeah, no problem, we'll get the information. But how did you hear about us? And they go on the list. They go like just regular social media, and they'll just see whatever is raving at that time, and that's how they found out about us on social media. We haven't ran any advertisements or anything.
So no marketing.
No marketing. No marketing. It's just all word of mouth. Even now, we do more catering events than we do on the side of the street
Really?
somewhere setting up.
So basically, you're setting up or you're doing these festivals someplace. People are noticing you at the festivals, and you're getting clientele from the festivals.
Correct.
That just so happens to.
Correct. We have a few weddings. We got weddings like that. We got birthday parties like that. We got wedding anniversaries like that. So people, they come out, and we got a lot of jobs. We even got a job last year at a hotel for someone who was at this event that we're going to tomorrow or this weekend. They saw the truck at the last event, and they said that the line was so long that the food had to been good. and they turned around and booked us. Well, they looked on social media
Of course,
afterwards,
right.
and they got the reviews and stuff like that, and then they booked us. And after that, they booked us ever since.
So what is something like that? Um, how profitable is something like that?
Oh, it's very. I mean, you paid up front, so you can't you market it. I mean, you price it out so you don't lose. So depending on the menu items, we give people options. We might give you like 3, 4 different options depending on what you want. We work with the prices a little bit. If say you want like chicken and pork, the meat is more expensive and stuff like that, so you don't, you know, we give you options
Right.
with your proteins and stuff like that. So most of them will come with like the rice and the sides and all this stuff. If that we give you a price out of those 3 options and you don't like that price for either one of them, then we start working where we could take things out like we don't have to provide. If you could bring your own plates and your own silverware and stuff like that, that'll help your cost too.
Right.
So
You adjust your cost so it remains profitable, but
right.
it allows them to save a little money on their own.
Right. And a lot of times, what I would do, because when we started off in the beginning, we didn't operate. We didn't. I wouldn't call it a loss because we didn't lose,
Right.
but we didn't make any money. And I say I wouldn't call it a loss, but we didn't make money because I didn't take a paycheck.
Right.
So if me getting that business mean that I don't get paid, but the employees do, and we make a profit off of the food and everything else, I could do that if it will lower the price because I'm looking at the bigger picture for next time, or
Copy that.
or for somebody who might be there and want to hire me for an event. I'm looking at it like that way because I'm not expecting at everything. I don't want to lose, but I don't mind breaking even
Copy that.
because I
To
look
build
at
the business.
right, and that's what we did the first 2 years of operation.
And how long you been operating?
We've been operating now 4 years.
So 2 years of breaking even, or sacrificing to break even, or sacrificing to build, sacrifice 2 years of sacrificing by breaking even to build a business to get the 2 years of profit.
Yes, and that's a small price to pay. You a loss. I see. That's not that. I don't. That's what, and that's why I say I don't call it as a loss because I'm gaining on the back end of it,
Of course.
and we only going up from here. From the time we started, I'll put it to you like this: we've been operating now. We going on our 4th year now. We already started building another truck. We already started another one. It's called the Caribbean Flavors Daiquiri Mobile.
So you done got the food, now you finna go for the drinks.
Right, right. And that trailer, that's being built right now as we speak. So,
All right. So clearly your business is doing well. So say I wanted to do what you're doing. Where would I begin?
well,
Yeah.
find yourself a trailer. The dream. It's the dream. So, I'll tell you the story on how it began. From beginning to where we at now, right? YouTube. No joke, YouTube. I wanted to get a trailer and build it out because we were looking to buy trailers at first. Man, those trailers were expensive. They are expensive.
75 grand.
Easy. Easy. They are expensive. So I was like, oh man, we can't afford that. Then we looked at buying used.
You
Well,
just never know what you're gonna get.
Exactly. You might buy it used. You don't know how people keep their stuff. You don't know if it infested with anything. You don't know
Right.
what equipment working from what ain't working, So we a lot of research, a lot of homework, lots of it. Went on YouTube, watched the video, and I figured to myself, I could do that. So we figured out. I went on YouTube, did some research and stuff like that, and I came across a Mexican guy who built his own trailer, and I started watching his videos and stuff like that. So I was like, oh man, I could do that, you know. So I talked to a few people who I know who have like a lot of tools and stuff like that, because I don't have that stuff. And it's this one guy who was like, yeah, I could help you do that. That ain't no problem, whatever. I explained to him what I wanted to do. I didn't show him like a video. I just explained to him what I wanted to do. And he's like, yeah, that ain't no problem. So, months go by, we work, we save our money. We go buy a trailer, pick it up. That was the first step. Then I'll go watch some more of the video, watching it step by step, writing stuff down and stuff like that. So
schooling yourself.
Yeah. So right now I could build another one, no problem. Don't even have to watch any videos or anything. So step by step, watching it. So we got the trailer. Then the next step was the electrical. So that was the first thing you need to do on the trailer. So I bought like the wires and stuff like that. I bought the box and stuff like that. I called my buddy up and I told him, hey, I got the trailer. And he's like, yeah, man, pull it on over, bring it over. We could do this. We could do that.
The box. What do you mean the box?
The electrical box. Fuse box.
Copy that.
Sorry. So
no, you're good.
So we've got that. And I drove over to his house with it, back it up. I dropped the lift gate and showed him what we up against. And he basically the look on his face told me that we was in big trouble. which at first, I would tell you, it been several moments in building this where I got discouraged. Then he came out and he said, this ain't what I pictured. Right?
So what did he mean by that? I mean, basically, so the people understand what we're doing here, or where you coming from. You basically got a box trailer, plain Jane, what they call it, white wall, not even white wall, wood wall.
Wood. It was wood. Just a cargo trailer. Just an empty cargo trailer. That's it, for hauling cars.
Big,
or whatever you want to haul. That's it.
Yeah.
It wasn't nothing special. So he said, oh, this ain't, wow. And, so we did do something though. He said, well, we could put the wires where the wire's supposed to go, but I don't know if we could tie them in and stuff like that. I said, all right, cool. So we just had we pulled the wires where we wanted the wires. We put up the fuse box and stuff like that. And we was there high-fiving, like, yeah, we do something, but deep inside, I know we didn't do anything. I just didn't want, I was appreciative for the effort, for him helping, So the next step after that was to put in the window. Now, I didn't complete the electrical yet. So I found someone else to help me put in the window.
Copy that.
So when we got the window in, now I'm stuck now. So I still need to put that electrical in and do some more stuff, because the one person who I thought could have helped me with it couldn't help me with it. And so it'd been several times I've been discouraged and wanting to give up, but at the same time, the determination and the patience. So, and a lot of times you have a dream or a vision. That's your dream and your vision. No one else can see it the way you see it. So the main thing is to stay focused and understand that not everybody will understand, or not everybody will see it the way you see it.
Or not everybody gonna want to put in the effort to get it to
where it needs to be, where you need it to be.
Right.
So I didn't stop there. I had a co-worker who I called up on the phone at the time, Nate Hansen, is real good too.
Mhm.
He's a good designer and things like that. He just handy. He good inventing things.
Right.
Now he building robots and stuff like that. So we haven't worked together for a while, and I call him up and I asked him about it, and he's like, yeah, I'll see. I don't know, but Nate did show up, and he brought his computer, and not only were we able to put that design on paper, we were able to bring it to life because he put it in 3D. He everything was scaled. Everything was scaled. So he sat down with his computer and he said, what do you want to do? Where do you want this? Where do you want that? I want it here. Okay. It's about this. He good with the measurements. And we scaled it out. We designed the whole thing. How many people is going to be in here? It was designed for 4, and he put the people inside on where you can stand and refrigerators and everything.
Okay. So you started with the electricity, but you started that before you even had a design. So you were stuck from the rip because technically you could put the base wiring in, but you didn't know where the outlets go. You didn't know where anything go because you didn't have a specific design.
In my mind, I did.
Okay, in your mind you did, but in your mind you can't. You can put something 3 feet off a wall, but that might not necessarily be where it's gonna go in the trailer once you get your appliance there.
Correct.
So that's why you pretty much needed to have a physical design.
Right.
And then that gave you basically a map to go by when it comes to actually doing the electricity.
Right.
Copy that.
So we got everything scaled out and everything else, and then he did everything as far as the graphics for the beach scene and stuff like that. My nephew did the logo. So basically he just asked, what you want? We want a beach scene. What you want on the beach? You want this? You like this? You like this? And just show them, oh yeah, we like this. No, we don't like that. We like this. And that's how our design was born.
Copy that. So not only did he do the interior of the trailer, he did the graphics on the outside the trailer, the whole 9 yards.
Yes. And the best part about that is because like I say, nobody see it like how you see it. But after we were able to bring it to life, he got so excited about that he helped us do a lot of the work on it.
Really? Okay. So you got the electricity done now. You got the window in. Then what?
So we got the electricity done. We got the window in. Morgan and myself, we tackled the floors. So what we did is
Morgan being your daughter.
Morgan, my daughter, yes. Mm-hmm. So Morgan and I, we sealed the floors. We went all around and we caulked the edges so nothing could get inside, and nothing, if we ever have a leak, nothing could leak out.
Right.
But we did that to the bottom also. Then we put like a water seal on the floor, and then we painted it black. So that way the floor was going to be black, which turned out to be gray. Mm-hmm. But either way, if the floor ever ripped, you won't be seeing bare wood.
Right.
So it won't look as bad either. So we did that. Then we started putting together the walls and stuff like that. Now, mind you, we still working our regular 9 to 5 job.
Right. Money got to come
in. Yeah, money got to build a trailer too.
Right.
So we working. We living our life as far as paying our bills and life happening, and we still building our business at the same time. So it's not something that would just happen overnight. It's dedication, hard work, determination. And I can't remember how long. I'll have to go back and look at it and see, because we documented everything, every step. We document everything. And At times, it was painful, frustrating, and at times it was a joy. So it wasn't easy, you know, and at times it was fun. But the good thing is we did it together as a family.
Copy that.
So everybody nailed, screws, paint, blood, sweat,
Sweat
and
and
tears.
tears. All right. If I wanted to do something like this, how much would it take for me to start?
How much would it take from you? Like I say, you get yourself a trailer. That's where you start. But first, you got to be motivated.
Right.
First, you got to be motivated, and you have to have patience. If you could do a lot of the work yourself, that would help you a lot.
Right. I mean, but honestly, from what you're saying, you acquired the skill as you were moving forward.
Oh, most definitely.
Right.
Most
So-
definitely.
So, realistically, if I were to start a business, it's kind of hard to just begin with. It's not impossible to begin with nothing. But when you are coming up with your idea, when you got your dream or whatever, you need a specific amount in order to make that first step.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So basically, what would that be? What would, if you were to, if I wanted to do this, what would I need to begin? For sure, that's going to get me feet down on the ground, and now I'm committed. What would I need to get committed into doing something like this, like a food truck?
At the time when we start, every year, times is changing,
Of course.
prices are changing, stuff like that.
Right.
I could show you every receipt we have from when we started this whole process.
Right.
At some point in time, I did lose count, but we kept track of everything as far as that. I could say, roughly off the top of my head, maybe 25K.
To start.
No, 25 to give you a mobile truck, a restaurant.
Okay, nah, I'm not. Yeah, okay, 25 grand to get it where you're at.
Right.
Okay. Just to get committed. Because, brothers ain't walking around here with 25 grand nowadays. Just the season of Trump. You understand what I'm saying, buddy? So, not knowing your politics or whatever, but you know what I'm saying? We just ain't walking around here with 25 grand. What is going to take for me to get committed or in a position where I can do some work, knowing I got to go out here and with my job and get some more. So if it's 25 grand gonna get me this.
So basically just to get you started.
Bingo, started and committed.
$4,500 should be, depending on the size.
Copy that.
Depending on the size that you want.
So a good recommendation would be like between 5 grand and 10 grand.
I think 10 grand is even is even high balling it.
Copy that. I don't want to just get the trailer at the house. I want to get the trailer at the house and then be doing some work.
Yeah, but you got to start. Like, hey, you got to start with small steps. You know what I mean? You got to take it a step at a time. You know,
Copy that.
Some paychecks. Not every paycheck I was able to get something.
Right.
I tell you, life's still happening, and we still have kids we had to support.
Right.
So somebody will have to my wife will have to focus on something this week or this time. So, there was times where it was just sitting there because we had to take care of home.
Right.
Things were happening. Like we had family, we had issues at home with who we had to help out or do something for, or even something with the kids with school and stuff like that.
Copy that.
So yeah, 10 grand is you could get a trailer and get a lot of stuff done with that. Yes.
Copy that. If you had to start again from scratch, what would you do differently?
If I had to start again from scratch, basically we started already, and like I said, we started another one already, and I have someone who is capable of doing all of that work for me,
Right.
and that speeds up the process, and it just paid up front.
Right.
It's just paid for, so just
Right. Maybe I should ask you like this. If you had to start again with the same amount of money, because right now you done got some success, and starting
right. So
with some
it's
success,
different. It's different.
It's bingo, it's different. You just like you say, this trailer you were pretty much doing it all yourself or
Right.
whatever, or doing it with help.
Right.
But and now this next trailer, hell,
Yeah.
I can't even, I don't even see it nowhere. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But
So pockets change.
But
It's
the thing
different.
is, if I start from, if I had to do this all over again,
Right.
it would basically, I guess it'll be the same way. It'll be the same way.
But what would you do different?
The only thing is that I'm more equipped, mentally and with the skill now,
Mentally and with the skill.
right, to do it myself, to do a lot of it myself, But like to say, let's do it all over, and like say, no, let's forget this happened and let's start all over again. I still take the same steps. I still gonna look at how it need to be done and what I want, the layout and stuff like that. I love it, man. I don't think I'll ever get rid of it. I won't pass it down to the kids and stuff like that. A lot of times I even felt like, you know what, if I ever get in a bind, maybe I'll sell. Nah. I mean, hey, I can't say that because I just tell the man to the gas station, if it got the right price, it go. Oh boy, but I don't know. I don't know.
Copy that. Have your priorities changed since you started this business?
Have my priorities changed?
How have they changed?
How?
Mm-hmm.
Huh. It's pretty much the business first. Our business first. We still, like I said, we still working jobs and stuff like that. And we weaning off of these jobs. So before time, we won't take any business or anything like that because, we have to work and,
Right.
But now,
I take your business.
Yeah, I
first.
take my
Get
business
your
and
money
then
first.
and then I take time off from work. And if anybody from my job watching this, I call out from work to run my business sometime.
Have you encountered any specific prejudices or biases, and how have you addressed them
Oh man!
in this community
In this community,
with your business?
Yeah. So when we, like I said earlier, we did a lot of, oh man. So I wouldn't say so many. I had a few. Because that ain't something you could really hide from. Not everywhere, right? So
And a lot is a lot to take.
right.
Yeah.
So when we were building this, while we were building it, a lot of stuff also, especially when it's coming close to the finishing touches and stuff, I would go around to events and go where I see food trucks and stuff parked, and I will talk to those people about their trucks and ask them like what you need to do for like an inspection, or how do you get business, or what, stuff like that.
Right.
And what the inspector's looking for. And some of them was like welcome, and they'll be like, yeah, come inside, this all you need, this what they look for, this, that. And I look at their truck and I'll say, man, I got this beat,
Right.
Even inspectors, we had inspectors even tell us, this nice. Even today, they can't believe that we've been operating for the time we've been operating.
Right.
But so there been this one particular truck. I went there and I asked, I just, friendly, hey, how you doing? Asked him the regular question about his food truck. The guy turned at me, looked me up, looked me down, and told me that food trucks are expensive. And then he turned around and continued doing what he was doing, right? After our food truck got open and we were up and running,
Go ahead.
operating, we've been to several events with that same guy. And I went and I introduced myself. I say, hey, how you doing? You remember me? And I told him what happened. He's been a problem ever since. If he's at any event, we've been to one event where we have music on our truck. And we play music. There's other trucks there. People love it. Other vendors love it. They don't care. You know, it's entertaining. He complained to the promoters that the music was too loud. And they came back and they told us.
White guy?
Yeah. We most places where we go,
White,
we're the
yeah,
only black folks there.
Of course.
Most places. Tomorrow it'll be different because there are other trucks coming from New Hampshire also.
Right.
But
right.
most of our events that we do here, matter of fact, here I never see another black-owned food truck. But so we did several events where people have said he's complained about the music being too loud, and we play our music decent.
What is he selling, by the way?
Falafel or some crap like that. I don't even want to say. I don't even want to say because I don't even. I feel like I just promoting them. I don't, you know, either way, I don't want to spread no hate to him, and I don't want to promote him either.
Yeah, we love you. We sell your falafels, man. We good.
we don't love you, but you go ahead and do it. You go. Yeah, we don't hate you. You go ahead and do what you do. We can continue doing what we just do.
Copy that.
You
so
know.
he just straight up.
Yeah,
hating.
and then we had, and this another one too. I won't call their name. We had a food truck park, a well-known food truck park here in Maine. Ignored us, ignored emails and stuff like that, and
Really?
tell us that we needed to have this much social media presence, and they just ignored us. They wouldn't even give us the time of the day. And just this year here, they reach out to us, asking us to be a part of their events, their park. And of course I said no.
Of course you did. I'd been disappointed if you said anything else.
Of course we said no.
Thank you, sir.
So,
appreciate you.
Yeah. So
Okay. How do you foster a positive and inclusive environment for your employees and your customers?
well, my employees is my kids, so they have to do what I tell them to do. So no, I ain't joking. But so customer service. I mean, we're very humble people by nature.
Of course, right.
You know, we come from a country where tourism is the #1 industry, so we grew up in that.
Right.
We grew up being friendly. We grew up talking to people. We grew up doing that. So that's like a natural thing for us. It's natural. When I spoke to a lady we have an event for next month, where she said that, how much will it cost for you to do an event for 200 people? And I told her, well, it depends on the menus. And I told her I could give her different options and stuff like that. So it's different prices. I can't tell you. And she said, well, this other food truck told us that they won't come out there for anything less than $4,000. So I told her, I said, well, I don't operate like that. I say, I might give you a bill for $4,000, but if you tell me that bill doesn't work for you, I can see how we could meet to where I'm not paying for your event.
Right.
And just from that, I gave her 3 options and I got the job.
How much did you make for that job?
No, we ain't do it yet.
Oh, okay.
I only got the job. When I get paid, then I can tell you.
Send me an email.
Yeah. So we don't know yet, but needless to say, she did choose a menu option, and now she's waiting for a head count. So she doesn't know yet.
Right.
So
right.
it could be 200 people. It could be 100 people.
Right, right.
Now, I have been on jobs where they tell me, hey, we want you to cater for 80 people and only 30 people show up.
Right, right, right.
I get paid regardless.
Right.
Guess what? You get your food regardless.
Mm-hmm.
So when your 30 people finish eating, I box all of that stuff up and I give it to you. You do it as you wish with it.
Right.
Send
people home.
Right. Your people, so we
doggy
box it up.
bags,
Yeah, people box
whatever,
things
right,
up and stuff like that. They continue, they eat it the next day. We had a few events where people they say they don't have anywhere to store it.
Right.
So nothing they could do with it, tell us to keep it. Well, then we go to like the shelters or the homeless shelter or the food pantry and stuff like that, and we give it to them and let them just feed. It's paid for already.
Right, right, right.
You know.
Right.
So I think it'd be bad karma for me to turn around and try to resell something that's already paid for. So we just don't need it.
Nice. Well, sir, I know we got to get ready for this event, so appreciate your time, and we'll talk later.
Yeah, man.
All right.